Hello, Justice fans, and welcome to episode 2 of the Justice Preview. I'm your host, Pri, and today we have 4 fresh new topics to cover in the world of the Justice. For those of you that missed episode 1, be sure to check it out on our YouTube channel, where we'll also have new videos coming out from our Team Olympics, from our Instagram Live, and highlights from our recent matches. We're kicking off today with the big news every Justice fan has heard by now. We signed Decay for the remainder of the 2020 season. While Justice fans were thrilled to have such a high-quality player joining our squad, public sentiment quickly shifted from, let's get Decay back into the league, to, hey, I meant on my team. We'll highlight some of the best reactions in today's first segment, Meme Tweets. Owl Talent Sideshow kicks us off saying, also, opposite of the rules' intentions. Emergency measures to sign replacement talent for playoffs? Oh, let's sign Decay with no playoff hopes to replace Mulzish? Now he can't help a potential top 2 team that truly has issues with one of their stars before traveling to Asia. I'm not so sure about that one, Josh. We're really expecting Decay's main tank potential to shine in these playoffs. We've already seen top teams put main tank players on DPS this season. We're just taking it to the next level and getting our DPS players on that main tank grind.
Decay probably is somewhere in Washington, just like in his throne, being fed like frozen grapes in the heat. Pri is just there with his gigantic, what's it called? Just like, Master Decay, what would you like in order for you to like us more so you sign with us next season as well? Like, it's...
I don't know, man. I feel like you might be more of a green grapes kind of guy, not a red grapes kind of... This is just a ridiculous premise. The idea that we would even bribe a player to stay is totally off the wall. Next tweet. The esports writer says, Washington Justice have shown they're a great pipeline into the Valorant pro scene, and Decay might be trying to follow in Corey's footsteps. I really appreciate the compliment here, but after watching the FaZe tournament last week, I wouldn't describe our Valorant pipeline as great. Maybe just average, like a 6 or 8 out of 16 at best. While our Valorant pipeline might not be great, our community absolutely is. Let's take a look at the submissions to the preview channel in our Discord, and remember, submit yours for next week. The link to the server is in the description. I love this one. We've already sent it over to Blizzard. With the rate at which Tuba is improving, we think he's a shoo-in for MVP next year. And we already know what his MVP skin will be. Hashtag Tuba for Owl MVP 2021 if you want to purchase this skin next year. Thanks to Yakimandu for this next submission. For those who don't know, the Justice community hosts a weekly game night. Last week, a bunch of the Justice staff joined to show the fans that while we're not the players, we can still hold our own. You hate to see it. We'll wrap up our community spotlight with a clip submitted by Daily into our community Discord. Daily's playing under the name Tuba, and we can see why. Those are some clean shots. We might have to watch this one back in 25% speed just to make sure that's legit. Well done. Thanks to all of our fans for these submissions. Keep them coming. With our last match of the regular season on the horizon, we're getting ready to shift our sights to the end of season playoffs. Owl has announced the format, but we have received a lot of questions about where we fall in the standings and what our path to playoffs looks like. So let's break it down. There are 13 teams in North America, and we have mocked up the playoff format based on the current rankings. Remember, these might change a spot or two based on the outcomes of this weekend's matches. We're going to begin in Tier 3, where Seed 10 will choose which of Seeds 12 and 13 to play, leaving the other opponent for Seed 11. In a single elimination match, the winners will be added to Seed 9 as a pool of selectable teams for Tier 2. In Tier 2, we'll begin with Seed 6 and work our way down to Seed 8, selecting from the winners of Tier 3 or Seed 9. Again, a single elimination round will determine who moves on to Tier 1. Tier 1 is officially what is being labeled the playoff qualifiers, and this is where the prize money comes to the table. From here, we continue with the highest seed getting the advantage of choosing their opponent, with the addition of a loser's bracket making this portion of the tournament double elimination. The NA champions will then travel to Korea, where they will play a Final Four elimination with the APAC champions determined our grand finalist champion of the 2020 season. All of the playoffs will be played on the newest patch, where we saw nerfs to Orisa and Sigma, and significant changes to Brigitte, Zenyatta, and Roadhog. The hero bans this week means that we will not see the playoff meta until it arrives, so be sure to tune into those first few pre-playoff matches and cheer for the Justice, where we'll see how things pan out. We'll wind down episode 2 with some fun facts and history about the roots of the Justice. Many of our fans may not even realize the connections this team has built that we think will continue to bring us closer and make us stronger. Our most obvious connection is our 2 Runaway alumni. Stitch and Janu came up together through Korean Contenders on Runaway, joined the Titans, and eventually came to the Justice, showing incredible coordination and teamwork along the way. Decay joins Roar as a fellow Kangdu Panthera player that also played together with the Gladiators before finding their way to the Justice. Those are the easy ones though. Some of you might not know, Ark and I have a very similar Overwatch League history, both entering the league with the New York Excelsior before coming over to join the Justice. And finally, our most interesting overlap comes all the way back from 2017. Our head coach Supreme was the owner and operator of the Korean Contenders Team 7. Here, he gave a young Tuba his first shot at the big time. They've since reunited on the Justice and are joined by Chua, who coached O2 Blast while Tuba was there as well. The Justice have come from an extremely diverse background, but have found each other here in Washington and are growing more and more together every day. We're excited to build on our past connections and into the future, and we're thrilled that you can be a part of it. Thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of the preview. Stay tuned for our playoff preview episode coming up soon. Justice fighting. We'll see you soon.